Hello everyone, my name is POLINES
And I am Alexandra, our CUSTODIO.
and we're here to discuss the Myanmar police force. First, where is Myanmar? Myanmar is also called Burma, a country located in the western portion of mainland Southeast Asia. They have 55,199,000 of their population. Naypyidaw is the capital of Myanmar, and the form of their government is military government. The official language that Burmans use is Burmese. Myanmar is a country of great ethnic diversity, and the Burmans who form the largest group of account for more than half of their population. They are concentrated in the Irrawaddy River Valley and in the coastal strips with an original homeland in Central Dry Zone. Myanmar Police Force. Myanmar Police Force is also known as People's Police Force, the independent department under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Its command structure is based on established civil jurisdiction. In each Myanmar, 7 states and 7 divisions has their own police forces with a headquarters in the respective capital cities. Myanmar Policing System. During the reign of Myanmar monarchs, local police were formed under the mayors and village headmen, and they were also the military reserve personnel. The British policing system was introduced in 1885 when the Union of Myanmar became British colony. At that time, the police force was known as the Burma Police. The Burma Police was reorganized as the People's Police Force in 1964 and was reorganized again to the present setup as the Myanmar Police Force on October 1, 1995. The district, township, and village level, there are currently over 1,200 police stations in the country. These range in size from quite large facilities in densely populated areas to small rural outposts manned by only a few officers in Lower Myanmar. The Union of Myanmar has undergone many changes after 1988. Likewise, the Myanmar Police Force has to change the administration system to be in the line with the new administration system of the country. The Committee for Reorganization of Police Administration System, which is presided by Secretary of the State Peace Development Council, was formed in January 28, 1994. Now, the committee is scrutinizing the whole system and making necessary changes. Myanmar Police Force has its objectives. First, community peace and tranquility. Second, prevalence of law and order. Third, narcotic drug suppression. And the last, to carry out community welfare activities. And their functions are prevention of crime, detection and proceeding of crime, maintenance of public order, public security, and drug enforcement. Organizational setup. The Director General of Myanmar Police Force, holding the rank of Police Major General, is in command of the whole police force. And according to the present setup, they have 6 components, and they are the following. First, headquarters. Second, state and division police forces. Third, special departments. Fourth, training centers. Fifth, reserve units. And the last, police battalions. Let's move on to the training centers. In Myanmar, there is one Central Training Institute of Myanmar Police Force, CTIMPF. CTIMPF is headed by one Police Brigadier General, and its duties and functions are as follows. First, implementation of training policies is stipulated by the Myanmar Police Force. Second, implementation of Myanmar Police Force goals and accountability. Third, scrutinize and redraw curriculum and technology technology progress regarding the timely situation. And fourth, lay down on managerial arrangement for instructors for the enhancement of capabilities. Fifth, perform to gain successful training objectives of their kinds. And the last, manage and practice officers' moral, discipline, and moral for the betterment in order to serve others' advantage. The policies of City IMPF are as follows. First, well practice on belief and conviction. Second, practice for the firm instance of government side. Third, practice leads to assume responsibility of others' interests with good moral discipline and morale. Fourth, practice the dutiful performance for goals of Myanmar Police Force. Fifth, practice to observe to understand the law, the procedure, and the directives incompatible with position. Sixth, lecture leads to modern technology, education, and knowledge with continuation of mind and soul. And the last, practice leads to enhancement of four kinds of competencies. The units. There are two kinds of reserve units attached to state and divisional police forces to carry out their respective duties, and they are the following. First, highway patrol units, and the last, oil field security units. Ranking system. Commissioned officer, Police Major General, Police Brigadier General, Police Colonel, Police Lieutenant Colonel, Police Major, Police Captain, Police Lieutenant, and the last, Police Second Lieutenant.
Police Battalion's command, it is commanded by a Police Brigadier General. The undermentioned duties and functions are carried out as follows. Suppression of uprising, sabotage, and riot. Perform security for heads and state guests. Perform security of chief and heads of state and state ceremonies. Carry out security for VIPs' residence and departmental buildings. Carry out security for embassies and diplomatic residential buildings. Safeguard on important dams and dikes, industries and factories, roads and bridges. Safeguard on foreign schools and chanceries, protect valuable cargo transportation, conduct coastal vessel security, safety measure taken on dispatching prisoners and convicts. Carry out public welfare activities. Myanmar Police Force has 16 numbers of police battalions and commanding office of the Police Battalion Command. Conducts the general security matters. Each battalion has been commanded by a police lieutenant colonel. Department of Transnational Crimes Myanmar is one of the member states of the United Nations. Myanmar Police Force has been implementing its portion in harmony with the United Nations Security Council Resolution number 1373, 1276, and 1455. Has been a member state in the United Nations Convention Against Transnation Myanmar Organized Crime on March 30, 2004. As a consequence, Myanmar Police Force has initially established the Department of Transnational Crime on September 2004, so that cooperations with the international neighboring countries, ASEAN nation, and Asian states has been made up. It is headed by one police colonel acted as the head of the department activating in suppression of transnational crimes including international relations. The following offenses are primarily eradicated: terrorism, narcotic offense, arms smuggling, sea piracy, cybercrime, money laundering, trafficking in person, and economic crime. City Development Police Force, there are Yangon Mandalay, Naypyidaw, Yangon, and Mandalay, are been by a police colonel Mandalay is being headed by a police major. Their functions are as follows: perform the functions on security and maintenance of rules and regulations stipulated by the City Development Committee. If there is a necessary perform in all police duties for prevalence of law and order and community peace regarding the command of the Director General of Myanmar Police Force, inspect road, side sellers, and pavement vendors, whether they are in orderly positions or not. Clear up disappearance of non-status person, psychopaths, and leapers. Perform security duty to the city development-owned building, park and livestock breeding farms, and water reservoirs. Clear up the mob by mounted police, patrol water reservoirs, and practice to horseback riding improvement. Arrest those who violate traffic rules and regulations by parking vehicle repairing on the road, halt vehicles on road within white red dot lines, parallel stoppage of vehicles, and pull up on road where stoppage is not allowed. Railways police force has been commanded by a police colonel, and its functions are as follows: information of espionage, sabotage, and harassments to be attainable first, foremost, and submit. Arrange for force collecting, insection, and rehearsal for the reserve of Myanmar police force to defend the state. If there was an outbreak of uprising or riot, blockage, and clear them up in accordance with the directives of Myanmar Police Force. Systematic and effective management on prevention of crime occurrence and reduction of offense. Detection and arrest all four kinds of fugitives without having violence. Safeguard and patrol the railway stations. Practice on community policing system regarding the local situation. Clear up 5 lakhs of ticket railway freight receipt, license, discipline, and situation. Systematic record keeping on habitual criminal offenders and not lose sight on them. Efficient management to be made up for the suppression or narcotic drugs. Detection and prosecution of crimes occurred. Perform straightforward for advancement and development of police stations.